Dram your luck, everyone! Oh god, that was so nerdy, let's not do this again. I'm Ikari, welcome to the 18th week of SE modding. And let me tell you, this week turned out simply delicious. We might have no quest mods, again, but the quality of the other mods is simply over 9000. I don't have a more fitting expression for this. And also, on a side note, this Friday was the longest working day of my life. The new record was set to literally 18 working hours. So if you should find the quality of this episode lacking in any way, you know who to blame. Also, here's the intro. The first mod this time addresses the becoming a Thane process. Thane weapons reborn by Ice Cream Assassin. You know how when you complete the according quests and look forward to getting your reward, Ballen, for example, will be like, "You have done a great deal for our SATYR. As a reward, I shall grant you this random iron sword from my personal trash bin." Yeah, that's awesome. Well, with this mod, no more. Instead, you will receive a unique weapon with a fitting appearance to represent the hold you obtained it from. In addition to that, each weapon will also grant you a unique fitting perk while equipped. The Sword of Whiterun, for example, will reduce fire damage and increase damage done to dragons. That's very fitting, since you obtained it for defeating the first dragon in the game. As mentioned earlier, the models are unique and certainly do look good. The textures might be a little too low res on some weapons, especially from up close, so they might need some tuning. But other than that, it's a really nice mod. We just can't get enough unique items, especially if they are integrated into the game in such an immersive way. Do you remember Hel from last week's episode? I bet you do, since she is standing right here. And this week we have another custom voiced follower by NACHTDAEMMERUNG, Nemain the Wild Heart. You can find her in the burned down house in Morthal.
I see. If you need some help, I'm ready.
The custom voice on this one is again made out of vanilla dialogues, Serana's lines to be precise.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's go.
Just like Hel, Nemain comes with her own personal armor and weapon, and also has some unlockable dialogue, depending on how you treat her.
I think I'll hang on to my things, thank you.
Meaning, depending on what you say, her affection towards you will change. She will react differently to different situations, and at some points you will be able to have her as a spouse. In terms of combat, she will obviously use her greatsword. And yeah, I don't really know why she was doing this at the beginning, but after a while she started to fight normally. Nemain also has a special battle cry ability, which makes your enemies go crazy and attack everything in sight. She won't, however, use this near peaceful NPCs, for obvious reasons.
You always say what you think, don't you?
All around, Nemain is definitely a nice follower. Don't know about you guys, but somehow I never found Serana particularly interesting, and I think her lines suit Nemain much better. Next comes another follower mod, but this one is certainly different. In the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood you will find Steadfast Magnolia by Rireki, another follower in the Steadfast series, of which I have reviewed a few in my Aldrim reviews. The concept here is simple: combine extremely major boobage with over-the-top, overpowered Dwemer mecha weaponry. Yes, this one turned out kinda tall. Also, this one doesn't have a weapon mod transformation like the previous ones, but instead several different weapons you can switch out. Needless to say, the combat with Magnolia, just like with her predecessors, is pure chaos. This is why I like to use those mods from time to time. They are obviously not to be taken seriously, but sometimes it's fun to just let the carnage unfold and see what happens. And unlike old Rim, new Rim is stable and doesn't crash, even with this kind of action going on. I had, however, a lot of trouble to get her to use all the weapons and armor she has. There is a lot of variety on the screenshots, but for some reason she refused to show more than what you see right here. How that sounds again. Alright people, now it's time for more epic monster mods by Mihail Romanov. And yes, you were right of course, that Dwarven Colossus from last week's episode is obviously from SO. It was even in the name of the mod, I just didn't see it right away. I'm also not an SO fan, so there you have it. And this week we get another 2 awesome creatures. The first one is Gravelords. And I will say it right away. That's real fucking neato. Yes, of course, this one is from Dark Souls. Now you're probably wondering, is this still immersive? Oh shit, I didn't say that line on purpose. But anyway, yes, of course it's immersive. We have a lot of undead stuff running around in the Elder Scrolls universe, especially skeletons. So why not have this big guy join in as well? And you will see fighting him is real fun. He will summon skeletons, just like in Dark Souls, so your first priority should be to kill him quickly, or he will summon more, and pretty soon this will happen. Should I say it? 3 spooky, 5 me. And the second monster mod is another creature from SO, just like the Colossus. Harvesters. Damn, now that's some freaky looking stuff. Looks really menacing, and the model is so incredibly well done. According to the lore, Harvesters are elite daedra servants of Moloch Baal, by the way. Similar to the Colossus, those things are really huge and definitely not a pushover. Those snake-like creatures use a variety of strong fire attacks and will burn you to a crisp faster than you can say Metal Gear. Especially the area attack is dangerous because it will get you almost anywhere and does tons of damage. So it's definitely a good idea to get strong fire defense before going for those guys. Those monsters, just like the Colossus, are meant to be a challenge for high-level players after all. The cool thing is also, once you are strong enough to fight those guys, you will be able to collect an armor set by defeating each type of those creatures. Sounds almost like an MMO, right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the crème de la crème. Zerofrost released an incredibly juicy pack of new mods. If you have no idea who Zerofrost is, then you are not worthy. Commit Sudoku now. I'm just kidding. If you don't know this modder, then you either live behind the moon, or you haven't been doing the whole modding thing for a very long time. Because this modder is a god. But see for yourself. Zerofrost mythical armors and dragon. First, let's take a look at the Dragonlord armor, probably my favorite part of this mod. This one is available for males only. There are also 2 helmet options, a normal one and one with a plum. In addition to that, this beautiful armor also comes with not 1, but 2 extremely epic looking greatswords. And the second spotlight goes to Nightingale Prime Remastered. This one is available for both males and females. As you can see, this is a complete recreation and also improvementation of the Nightingale armor, and not simply a retexture. The difference to the vanilla model is definitely noticeable. And then there is the badass dragon by the name of Jormungandr. Yes, this serpent straight out of the Nordic mythology. You can have this guy as a summon to aid you in your battles. Besides looking incredibly cool, he also has his own unique custom created skills. His attacks look very flashy, so fighting with him on your side will look different from the usual vanilla dragon fights. And last but not least, there is the Valkyrie armor. This one is available for females only. Here we also have two helmet options. An opened one, well, if you can still call it a helmet, more like an ear protection thingy, and a completely closed one. There is also a fitting looking sword and shield. The shield looks especially nice with this cool falcon head on it. And now, listen to this, guys. All those mods are considered a work in progress and will be upgraded further in the future. Things like reducing clipping, adding HDT physics to some parts and so on. As expected from Zerofrost, absolutely quality work. And this is it for this week's episode. Finally, it's past 5 AM. The links to all mods are in the description. Endure the modders, like this video, subscribe to my channel for more. I thank you all for watching, see you around.